What's up, everybody? Destroyer here. Welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.2 version 6. Today we have a 3v3 on Rhun, which is not a map I've seen played in a while, but it is a map I do enjoy, actually. I just can't play it myself because I always get out of sync issues for some reason. So I can only watch, sadly. Alright, so this game is from the end of, March? So it's a little bit old, but not too old. Anyway, we have our first player, Solas, as Mordor there. He's the one who uploaded the replay as well, obviously, because he's the first player it shows. And we have Sania as Dwarves. And we have Mako as Men of the West. The opposing team, we have Motoma as Men of the West. Ooh, Motoma's in here. We have Hombre as Isengard, and their final player is Fabled. We're saying as Elves there. Cool. All these players are very good. Well, pretty good. I can't think of any of that aren't. Apparently, Sania disconnects later on in the match. I did read that in the description, but whatever. I decided to cast it anyway because I haven't seen a map on a replay on Rhun in a long time. Of course, Rhun, if you haven't seen Rhun before for some inexplicable reason, has an outpost there. Someone's pointing out outpost here. And there are signal fires in the centers, and there are 4 inns on this map. One there, and there. So there's quite a few inns. But it's a map I like. I don't know. I've always liked this map, especially when I played 1.06 of BFB2 a lot. I would play this quite often. Alright, Solas is going for orcs. Is he going for 3 orc pits? Or is that something else? It's 3 orc pits. Very nice. And this player is who again? Mako. Mako is going for a barracks, nicely placed in that corner there, around the edge, and he's also going for archers. So he's going to get some soldiers out there very quickly. Gotta be careful not to send them next to the cave troll, though. Of course, as they won't do very well. And Sania is going for dwarves, guardians, more specifically. And does he have a forward mine anywhere? I don't think he does. No, I think he's going off for his forward mine now. Looks like someone's setting up shop in the center here, and that would be Hombre, setting up his Uruk pit there, getting his Urukai on the field quickly. Solas is capturing an inn right here. These are the easiest accessible inns. This is the obviously most easy accessible inn in the map, as you could literally get it as you're walking to the enemy base. This is the worst one. You kind of have to go into a cove to get it. The rest of them are all in cove kind of things, I believe. Hombre's Urukai have been sent into shield wall. They've been war chained, and they should do nicely against those orcs. Although they've stopped attacking for some... Oh. He wants to capture the inn so bad that he's just going to tank all the damage from the orcs. But he has brought crossbow support. So that should do nicely, although Solas is bringing archer support, so that'll be helpful for him. It looks like the elven player, who's the elven player again? Fabled has taken the outpost down here. And there is a forward mine here of Sania. It's just apparently defended against some Lorien warriors very nicely. And of course Motoma. Okay, this builder's nicely lined up. Has nicely protected his farm here, and he's going for Athelian Rangers and Gondor soldiers. Of course, if he goes to capture one of the inns, he can get Dunedain Rangers. Looks like it was actually what he's doing here. As they're are they cheaper? Yes, they're 100 cheaper, and they're still basically the same unit, I believe. Also, it looks like Motoma also has this. Oh no, Mako has this. They're both Men of the West, of course. The flag does have a yellow tinge to it, I guess, which is hard to notice a bit. Mako's got a pretty sizable force, though. Solas bringing a builder through here. Very bold. Getting slaughterhouses going before the corpses are fresh. Or the corpses are still warm. And it looks like some wild men of Dunlin are being brought out there, but those are going to get slaughtered, of course. There's archers and lots of orcs there. They should do nicely. And looks like Sania is pushing back Fabled a bit, although Fabled has 2 battalions of archers. But of course he needs to keep these dwarves away from him at all costs. And he's also got himself a Haldir, very nice. thing about this map is it does have a lot of choke points. That is the reason some people don't like this map. It's very choke point heavy, but it's not that bad. I mean, sure, there are some choke points, but if you keep the action flowing, it's not that bad, really. Just gotta force your way through, I guess. And in the middle of West Mirror here, Motoma and Mako are going to face off soon. So Motoma doesn't quite have the force necessary to deal with it, but he does have Athelians, is where his enemy, Mako, has regular Gondor archers, so I'd say Motoma does have the range and damage advantage there. But less melee troops, of course. Solas doing a good job spamming through the center here. But also Hombre doing a great job spamming his Uruk-hai through the center also. And he will soon overwhelm Solas. He's also built a forward Warg sentry. How much life do those have? Those have 1500 life. Fairly tanky. And they do send out 3 wargs to attack things that come near, which is quite nice. These are actually fairly useful, but not very much used, to be honest. It looks like Fabled will take the outpost there. Meanwhile, Mako and Motoma are going at it. Motoma does have level 2 rangers. He's thrown down the long shots. Will Mako get it in time? Ooh, no. He avoided one, but ran into the other one, and did lose quite a few troops in the process. Definitely a good investment to go for the Athelian Rangers. He's lucky he got the level 2. Did he go for banners or something? No, you can't. Can't go for banners with the whole thing. Sorry, I haven't seen his builders move in ages. Has he not built any farms? Ah, there they go. He's just pumping out the Rangers, which is fair enough, I guess. And we got Dwarven support here. Hombre placing a beacon showing the Dwarves are showing up, but Fabled, of course, is showing up as well with his Elven army, led by Haldir, High March Warden Haldir. We do have a King Brand as well here. And Solas using the fire bombs from the Corsairs. Very nice. That should take that out. Well, maybe not. He's leaving it to the Orcs, which of course is taking much more time. He wanted to move his Corsairs in on the enemy. Fire bombs are fairly effective, but they can be wonky to use sometimes, as you see there. I think they're trying to throw them, but they're having trouble. Or are they in sword mode? No, in sword mode now. There's still a fair amount of elves here from Fabled. And Solas has brought forth the drummer troll, causing fear in the ranks and then pulling it back. He needs to keep that in the back, keeping his archers buffed, really. That's the best way to use a drummer troll, once you use his fear. King Brand's already level 4. You could buff these orc archers if you wanted to. Of course, not much point in doing so, but you can. It's mostly useful against units that, of course, have abilities like Athelian Rangers or other Rangers. Roger Marchers, stuff like that. They have a level 2 ability. Now Mako and Motoma are going to go at it. It looks like Motoma has gone for Theoden as well as Boromir there. So he is getting the level 1 leadership from Theoden, as well as he has Boromir there, which is very nice. Oops. Long shots going down on both sides. I think those are both Motoma's long shots though, as Mako does not have any actual level 2 Athelian Rangers currently. Theoden's definitely a good choice though for his buff. I think Boromir died there. Oh, that was actually Mako's Boromir. I thought that was Motoma's. So Motoma opting to go for Theoden for his leadership. He can also train his troops with that. There's quite the battle going on here in the center though. Lots of elves and Uruk-hai and Mordor troops. And a little bit of dwarf action as well, for good measure. Though not a whole lot. All I see is King Brand here currently. Where are the dwarves? What are they doing? Sania is still in the game, so just don't see an army of his. So it's essentially 2-on-1 in the center right now. With the exception of King Brand, of course. Who is a good addition in itself. His slam shot will be very effective, especially against bunches of crossbows like that, but not by himself, of course. And they will retreat, as they will definitely need more troops on the field shortly. There we go. Some dwarves have been purchased. Haldir is level 4 more level ship, or level 2 more levels rather, and he gets his leadership. Although looks like Fabled is throwing out a statue to secure the center here. He's also got the signal fire, giving him that sweet vision boost, which actually goes pretty far. Sounds like we get a Rohirrim up here from Motoma. Indeed, we do. Let me go back to observing no one. Long shot going down on Motoma's Rangers. Another one going down. If he doesn't move, he's going to lose a lot of them. Ooh. The last 2 of those battalion got killed off. Fortunately, he did get those away. He could heal those up. And he got a nice run through with his Rohirrim. And that is going to cause problems for forces of Mako currently, as there is no pikes whatsoever. Rohirrim are absolute beasts if there is no pikemen around. Ooh, we have a Wildman summon here, undoubtedly from Hombre in the archer line of Solas. That's going to make things a bit difficult. There is a statue being thrown down there by Sania, though. Should be very useful. And it looks like Solas does have himself a Gothmog as well, up to level 4. One more level, he gets Day of the Orc. Leadership for Orcs. Since he's using a lot of Orcs, that seems pretty reasonable. And it should be very good. He's also upgrading his Troll Cage to go for level 3, which undoubtedly, you know, is going to lead to attack trolls. Because otherwise, why would you do that? Unless you want quicker drummer trolls, I guess, or something, but most of the time it's for attack trolls, let's be honest. Now the forces of Fabled are moving in on Sania, and I don't see much in the way of defense. Sania has 3 battalions of dwarves, and that's really it. Sania could do with a oil cask. That would stop the dwarves, or the elves, from doing any damage to his base until they got an Ent at least. Ooh, barricade has been thrown down right in the center here. That's going to be a bit of annoyance. Barricades are already very strong. Throwing them in a choke point and forcing them to go around is quite annoying, I would imagine. So that's a good defensive position for that, for sure. Chain line being overwritten by Elven Wood there. So Solas immediately losing his buff. He's trying to claim the signifier here with Gothmog while the battle rages on. Which would lead to, of course, faster tainted lanes and faster barricades and stuff like that, which is always good for him. And of course, less quick powers for the enemy. And the dwarves have arrived in full force, with King Bran leading them. Oh, we have a Tom Bombadil summon, undoubtedly up here. That is Motoma's Tom Bombadil. Ooh, that is quite the Bombadillo. Absolutely destroying Mako's armies. Motoma's doing a good job of defending here. His choke points. And he's also got Knights of Dol Amroth. Ooh, saucy. Mako's Boromir is going to die here. There's no way he can escape that. And unfortunately, he did not make it to his fellow brethren before being run down by the Knights of the Principality of Dol Amroth. Very, very high attack units. Very quick. Not super tanky, but they are very damaging. So you gotta watch out for those. And their speed is crazy. But they are great for chasing down heroes, just like Black Riders are. By Mordor's same mini-hero things. We got King Thranduil on the field here for Fabled. Very nice. King Thranduil and son, Prince Legolas, and Haldir. This is just one crazy little choke point, isn't it? It's madness. It's just non-stop fighting for the center. No one's even bothering to go down the bottom or anything, even though they could literally walk into the base of Sania. Unopposed, it seems. What? Oh my god, Fable's even building trees into Sania's base because Sania is just so lax on his defense of the base on the bottom. That could be due to lag issues or something. I mean, if he DC'd, it is possible he's having connection problems and having a massive amount of lag. So maybe he's having trouble playing. But if you just go by ignoring that, his base is wide open for attack, and that's never a good sign. And now they're trying to burst down this barricade expansion so they can break through this choke point. Gothmog and the army of Solas trying to keep it safe, keep it secret. Not very secret though, it's literally right in the middle of the road. Looks like Motoma's saving up there, building up. Mako's building another force. He's got a tower here, keeping the outpost in his control. And Rohirrim have been brought from Motoma to aid with the Knights of Dol Amroth leading the charge. And they do run through there and clear them a path into the enemy base. Very nice. Solas placing a beacon showing there is a nasty cav army coming from Mako's base. And they're going to do a massive amount of damage, I have no doubt. Trolls are good against cav, especially attack trolls. As you see there, they do pretty much almost 2 shots and they could kill a bunch of them. Look how quickly they kill a Rohirrim battalion. Ooh. You don't want to mess with attack trolls. I think that's the moral of the story. Mako reacting nicely and putting up some towers for defense, which is definitely what you want to do. Towers or wall hubs, whatever you can get up there. Problem with the Men West Fortress when you need to build a defensive situation, this middle spot cannot be a wall hub. When you click on it, it does not let you build a wall hub, unlike the rest of the spots. So you can't actually surround your base in wall hubs like all the other fortresses you can. Which is a bit weird if you think about it. I'm pretty sure every other fortress in the game can do that, except for the Men of the West, who have that really awkward middle bit. It can only be a tower or a trebuchet or a dormitory expansion. But it's not the end of the world, is it? Not at all. Mako's brought his forces this way. And he is safe for now. He's also got a Theoden. Solas is bringing up the catapults now. Very cool. So far it's a good game, I'd say. Very enjoyable to watch. But I definitely say the left team is making ground. A lot of ground, in fact. But Solas and Mako are fighting pretty hard here. Trying to keep it safe. Sania is bringing out his forces as well now. There we go. Very nice. So now we have 3 armies over here defending this choke point against 2. As Motoma is up north with his force Yonda, which is mainly comprised of rangers with fire arrows and some hero support. Catapults should be pretty effective. Gothmog does fall there, unfortunately. But if you can target the archers with the catapults, that'd be good. You can also use the launch skulls, which will at least cause them to run away in fear. Statues. Statues make you immune to fear and terror. Forgot about that. So actually, that wouldn't actually work if they're close to the statues. I think all statues do that. Yes, they do. Indeed, they do. We do have a marketplace here for Mako. He's also got a level 3 archery range, so he can use fire arrows. Same with Motoma, who's got the same thing going on in his base. Dumb Bombado being summoned in by Motoma once again. Oh, the rangers are getting decimated by Solas' attack trolls. Very nice. Attack trolls can be so brutal. He's thrown up a barricade to try and get his trolls out of there. This troll might fall though. Ooh, somehow got away. There's Theoden. Theoden actually runs really fast. If you weren't aware of that, when he's dismounted, he runs super fast. I don't know why. For an old man, he knows how to run. He has got the stamina. Looks like Fabled is fortifying the center here a little more. They got an Entmoot ready to go for when they begin the siege. Sania's still here. I don't know how far into the replay Sania DCs, but so far so good, I guess. We've at least got a good game out of it before he gets DC'd, so I'm alright with that. But a slog so far, though. It looks like Hombre, rather, is going a little bit north here towards Mako's base. trying to help push in this front. Motoma's going like full cav pretty much. He's going for a lot of Knights of Doloroth and Rohirrim with a few Rangers. Cav is pretty good on this map though, in a way, and kind of bad in a way. It's a big map, so it's good to be able to get across the map quickly. But obviously, if there's like a bunch of pikes and a choke point, you can't do much with cav in that scenario. There is one battalion. Oh, these are his allies anyway. I was gonna say there's only one battalion of pikes there. That will matter not. Who's in here? Motoma had Aragorn balls deep in enemy territory. Unfortunately, he does fall though, as he was alone and outnumbered, outmanned and outgunned. Ooh, we got the Elf in Silver Armor Glorfindel out in the field as well. Does he have all his heroes now? He doesn't have Arwen yet. I think Arwen's the only one he's missing, if I'm not mistaken. So soon enough, Fabled will have all the heroes, unless he doesn't go for Arwen at all. I personally think Arwen's very good. Her flood ability is great. She's pretty fast on her horse. And obviously she has Athelas to heal your other heroes, which is always useful. So I think she's always a great addition to an Elven force. Now Hombre is trying to push forward once again, with Lurtz leading in Carnage mode there. Levels Lurtz. He doesn't quite have his leadership yet. He will get it very shortly, by cutting down many a troop. Mouth of Sauron is out for Solas as well. He's level 3 currently, so he doesn't quite have doubt. The more level he'll have that. That'll be useful also. Mako's bringing a force of troops down south. There's a lot of attack trolls being produced here. I like it. He's got 5 attack trolls currently. Very cool. God, I remember back in the day, people would spam attack trolls, send them at your fort, and you'd instantly lose. It was those days in B for Me 2 were the best. Back in the Xbox 360, man. Those were the days. I look back on those days fondly, but honestly, I could not play on the Xbox 360 nowadays. Not after playing the PC version. You realize how shit it actually was. But for the time, and for it being a console RTS, it's actually very good. And very enjoyable. And I enjoyed my time with it. I played it off and on for like the entirety of its thing. Its duration online, before they shut the servers off. And it was always good. And now it looks like Solas is pushing into the center here, and he's going to make ground. The attack trolls is taking out all the key structures like statues and wells and such, making it easier for his orcs to actually clean up stuff here. Look how easily attack trolls actually do take out things. If you don't focus them down, they will destroy you. And level 5 attack trolls are actually fairly tanky, as you see there. They're tanking Mirkwood archers with silver thorns fairly easily. So that's something that's pretty impressive. He's also in hold ground stance, which does help, of course, but it's doing nicely. He also has doubt to use if he wants to use it on the elves over here or something. But it looks like Mouth of Sauron and Catapult Fire is taking down the Deathbringers here of Hombre. There's another force waiting to be led by Gothmog into this fray. And there's Tom Bombadil being summoned in from undoubtedly Motoma, yep, and Dunedain Ranger support as well. Looks like Motoma is actually pushing forward on Mako over here, but he's pulling back. This little base up here has been breached, the inn has been knocked down, and then Mako is responding by sending all his troops north here. We do have lumber mills all across for Hombre as well. Oh boy. Sania walked a bit too close to a cave troll. He was going for a nice flank, and it would have been glorious had that troll not been there. Unfortunate. Ooh, Mouth of Sauron dying to a Deathbringer and Archer Fire. And Legolas, ooh, leveled up quite nicely. He's already level 7. He could arrow in the shit out of this army. And I bet you he might. Which will be very, very brutal. What's going on over here? Ah. Does Sania have Undermine? Is that what's going on here? Oops, passed him. Sania does indeed have Undermine. He wanted Vision here, so he put it there. Does he have a dwarf-filled mine shaft ready to go? He does indeed. I can tell he's wanting to use it. I guess we'll wait until the sound pops up. You always hear when the Undermine goes off because it's global. So you can hear it regardless of where you're looking on the map. Anyone who hears it. Which is always useful, I guess. You don't know where it is, but you know to look for it at least. But if that pops up behind the base of Motoma, that could be pretty devastating. I almost said deafening. Maybe. I don't know. We do have Black Riders on the field for Solas, which will do very well against the Elves. It's pretty much crucial to get Black Riders against Elves, I feel. Look how effective they are. They don't need much to actually get a trample off. They're tanky. Once they get past level 2, they start regenerating as well. And they chase down Elven heroes and kill them very easily. And there is the Undermine from Sania. It's going for a big attack on Motoma while... I was going to say while Mako's attacking, but it looks like this is... I guess it is. That is Mako's army, isn't it? It's hard to tell. I guess not. Yellow and brown do look different. The yellow in this patch version is very ugly. Very terrible. I mean, look at this yellow color. It's hardly even called yellow. It's more of a tan. I believe the next patch version, if it ever releases, will have better colors. So that'll be something to look forward to as well. More, saturated, I guess. Not quite 1.08 level of saturated, but nicer at least. And it looks like he will defend for the most part. I don't think Sania's attack will be too much more devastating. There's a lot of arrow tower fire going down on him. He should really use the Shake Foundation on this or this or this. Well, not that. But he should use Shake Foundation on something at the very least. Or slam. He could slam an enemy, assuming that's off cooldown. See what's going on over here. A little bit of a skirmish with Gothmog and some Wildmen. You should probably pull him out of there. And it looks like Sania has been defeated. He DC'd here at this point, and now Solas has control of the Dwarves as well as Mordor. I guess if there's one player you want to have control of both of them, it's Solas, so that may not be a crippling feature thing, I guess. Solas, I think, can manage 2 armies, if anyone can. But he will have, of course, command point problems. Solas actually has Balrog ready to go. Barrage as well. Oh my goodness. Of course, he doesn't get access to the Dwarven powers, though. That's the downside. So they do lose a whole entire team's power set, which is never a good thing. But if they pull out a victory in this scenario, then that's pretty good. I think Solas has, of course, been doing really good by keeping up the spam and pressure on his enemies. Motoma still has a pretty good cavalry force, and now Hombre is up here as well. And he's also got a lot of rangers. Here comes Mako in with his tower guard Athelian army. Sorry, Athelian, yes. I think Mako still has the thing there. Down goes a couple long shots. Ooh. Luckily he threw down a heal before the second one hit. And most of them lived there. Only just long enough to slaughter the enemy army. And also he threw down his and actually decimated it. Oh boy. And Balrog has arrived precisely when he meant to. Well, I guess he followed the barrage. Now Solas is going for the kill on Fabled. This could be really bad for the Elves. Hombre is bringing his forces as well. The Black Riders and Malthus aren't going for the fortress, although they're being burst down by Mirkwoods. Oh, Balrog got that Isengard army quite nicely with a fire breath. And down goes the fortress of Fabled. Oh my goodness. A brutal attack, leaving the Elves in a state of disrepair. Savage. Fabled has been defeated. Holy shit. Well, quite savage. Very, very nice attack by Solas, for sure. And that is definitely going to make things very difficult for the left team to win now, I'd say. Hombre and Motoma are going to have their work cut out for him. It is still technically 2-on-2, but one of the players, the best player in the match, has 2 armies at his disposal. So that's actually probably a bad thing for them, I'd say. Also, he gets to play around with the Dwarven heroes and such as well. Looks like he's mostly using Mordor stuff, but having the option is nice. There are red dwarves in there as well. Very nice, very nice. Who owns this outpost? Looks like Fabled owned it, but he did lose it. Hombre was going to capture it, must have forgotten it. It seems the center has been cleared out of all Hombre and Fabled stuff, of course. Fabled is out of the game, so obviously stuff is no longer present, but Fabled is starting to repopulate the area. And now Mako is moving forth his forces here. Boromir almost has his leadership. I think it's level 5, right? Yes. Yes, it is. I feel a sense of achievement every time I remember something correctly. Because I'm so forgetful. Motoma has a lot of level 3 farms, though. It's got, what, 4? I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually is pretty good. They net you quite a bit of money and power point, or command point limit. And we do have a Morgamir out in the field here for Solas. Solas and Mako going for an attack against Hombre and Motoma in the center choke point, I guess. Between the attack trolls and fell beasts, we have another fell beast. There's Kamul right there. Kamul the Easterling. Very nice. Of course, he needs to be a bit careful because there are a lot of Doom 9 Rangers out here. Those are summoned though, so they at least won't have the fire arrows, which Nazgul are weak to. But if the attack trolls get close enough, they're all pretty wounded though. It will do massive amounts of damage. Ooh. A bad day to be a Doom 9 Ranger, no doubt. And there's the worm summon. Just try and burn as many of these Knights of Dol Amroth as you can. Or maybe go for that instead. That works too. The attack trolls are going for the Knights of Dol Amroth, which is good as well, as they can deal with them quite nicely. When they hit, of course. Fortunately, the attack trolls are dying to the arrow towers of level 3 farms, which is not ideal, as you would expect. I'm just luckily getting those out of there before they get burned. The worm is continuing to do its job, do its duty. It looks like this is the only place action is happening, though. Hombre has some stuff in the south still, but don't know why, really. And now Solas is in Gimli in Slayer mode, as well as his Fellbeast at the Fortress of Hombre, as well as some Wildmen of Dunland summon. Oh, it's definitely going down. Gimli alone will finish it off. Do shit. Just killed Lurtz right before. And Hombre has been defeated. Only just before Morgamir died. Very close. Oh shit, he also has the Witch King. Witch King also has a fancier Fellbeast than the other two, if you'll notice. It's got more of a different head. It's bigger, I think. It's also a little bit darker. More fell looking, I guess. Quite cool. But now it's Solas and Mako against Motoma. Motoma doesn't have much. So I think we all know where this is going to end up. I think that was Morgamir. Unfortunate. Indeed it was. A sad day for every Nazgul everywhere. But definitely the game has been won by the right side for sure. I think of course Solas could delete the bottom and Mako could quit the game, he'd still win. Just because it's Solas. Not to say that Motoma couldn't win by some miracle, but the odds are slim. Of course, he's relying heavily on Cav, which is not very good against flying units, of course. That's why he has a lot of rangers, obviously, but still. You can only handle so much. And there is the Rohirrim summon on the archer line of Motoma. From Mako there, brutalizing them easily. Sweeping them away. And it looks like the forces of evil are on their way. Mako's is trying to break this choke point. The tower guards and rangers are holding nicely. Whose Theoden is this? That's undoubtedly Mako's. He's not attacking. Theoden using his experience thing. King's favor there. Very cool. And in comes the Witch King. Oh, and the Fires of Doom. That's actually Rain of Fire, isn't it? Fires of Doom is Sauron's ability. But all the stops are being pulled out now. And the attack trolls should be able to finish up the fort with ease. With the help of the Fell Beasts. And the Rohirrim are there as well. Damn. One last defiant boiling oil before he goes. Oh yes. Well played, Motoma. Well played. There you go. Motoma's been defeated. And Solas and Mako are victorious. Very cool. That was a pretty good match. I expect most matches with Solas in them are pretty good, so. It's actually, I found that. I was just looking through Solas' replays he uploaded. I saw that one. But, yeah, very cool. I do love me some 3v3 on Rhun, and that was a good one, definitely. So I enjoyed that quite greatly. And it was good to see a team, even having a DC player, still win the match. That's always nice. There you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that cast, and I will see you guys in the next cast of the Rise of the Witch King Patch 2.2 version 6. See you all next time.